What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. It's the wake up with Chris and Lito. Obviously, Chris is not here, but we got the next best person in the building. We got Coach Knapp in the building. What's up, bro? You feel
good, man? Late show last night. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Got film reviews out. There's a lot of good stuff going on the network right now. Trying to launch this morning show, which I like. I like that we get to talk about different things, right? We're not all just basketball.
For sure.
We were talking about, so appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure you smash the like button. We were talking about this.
Yeah.
Like I want to talk about Spencer Rattler first.
Let's do it.
I see a lot of mixed reviews, and I've watched the first 4 games, and minus Seattle, which I'm kind of throwing away. Like the reason why I tweeted this on Sunday, the reason why I like Spencer Rattler, is he the savior of this franchise? No. Is he the face of the franchise? And you, like before we got on the show, is he like the solution at quarterback? I don't know, probably not. But man, I like him because he competes. Like it looks like he's trying to get better. And look, he's had some good plays. I mean, shit, against Buffalo, man. Like if he just makes that play to Brandon Cooks in the end zone, you might be talking about one of the bigger upsets in the league this year.
So let's start with this. The game was very winnable for the Saints. It was a winnable game. It was an upset. It was right there for them to do. The problem, let's say before I even talk about Spencer, let's just say that first half Saints defense, incredible. It was incredible. I hadn't seen them play defense like that this entire season. What's my man name? Who picked the ball off? Jonas Sanker.
Sanker, boy,
bro, that was bro.
That's another guy.
Him tracking that literally the amount of yards that he covered tracking that football, bro. Like that's a hit for you. That's a draft hit for you. Listen, Spencer, my guy, bro. I see progression. I see progress in his quarterbacking. I think if you look from last year to this year, you can see it. The problem is he gotta make some of these plays.
But Lito, look, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And look, he's had some mistakes, and he's a lot of people talk about his accuracy and so on and so forth. But man, I mean, this is his first time really starting with actual talent on the roster, so on and so forth. And there's going to be bumps and bruises along the way. But to your point, I've actually seen progression from Spencer Rattler. And now you have this weird situation going on, right, where you're 0-4. You're not going to make the playoffs. And then you took Tyler Shuck with the 41st overall pick. Like, I don't think, like, Spencer should be benched necessarily. But at the same time, like, you need Tyler. Like, what do we have in Tyler Shuck? So, like, yeah, you could throw out the stat. I think whatever. Rattler's 0-10, and he's about to set records and so on.
Hey, I want to talk about that.
I think that's bullshit.
I want to talk about that.
No one was winning. Go ahead. No one was
winning. That 0-10, that ain't on him. That you can't put 0-10 on him. The team stinks. The team stunk last year. The O-line still stinks this year. I saw a tweet yesterday. I'm not gonna name this dude, but he said, "Man, if we had Derek Carr, we'd be 3-1 right now." And I'm like, "You're a 3-1 lie." That's what you are. You are a 3-1 lie. And don't mention that man's name around me again. He's gone. He's gone. I am released from hell. I want to say, listen, does Spencer Rattler's accuracy have to be better? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. His accuracy has to be better. He was 18 for 27. He had a 66.7 completion percentage. The problem for me, just look, and if we're talking about quarterback ratings, he was what? 89, right? It's not terrible. But here's the problem. I need to see shots down the field.
So Jaden did, shout out to Jaden. If you haven't seen, he does a great film breakdown every week for us at Book Crew Media. But Jaden, I was watching his film breakdown last night, and like we were talking about progressions, and Jaden does a great job of like, hey, this is what the defense is in. This is what Spencer Rattler's reading. And you're right. He's missed a couple of wide open like receivers. I think he missed Jawan Johnson on one. He missed Rashid Shaheed on another. But bro, like that's going to happen in the first 10 games of your NFL career. It's does he do this later on? And Lito, like, I almost think it would be unfair if I don't see Spencer Rattler for 6. Like, I want to see him. What does he look like in game 10? Once again, I don't care about wins and losses right now. And like, I hate it. I hate that as a fan, but like, that's just the reality. Like, where does he look like in game 10? If he still hasn't progressed by game 10 and is still missing those reads, okay, maybe it's time for Tyler Shuck. But to pull the plug on him 4 games in when you know you're not going to make the playoffs, like, I think you got to give this guy a little runway.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I don't think there's anything there in Tyler Shuck. Shout out to my dog. I don't think there's anything there in Tyler Shuck. I don't want to be negative, but I'm just being honest. Bro, I'm gonna say this. Besides from that pass to Brandon Cooks in the end zone, Brandon Cooks tried to make an incredible catch on that. Like he tried, and it was a tough window for Spencer to get the pass through. I will say that, brother. I want to say this. It's time for 12 to come to the stand. It is time for Olave to make amends with whatever demons is going on in his hands. Because listen, it's a lot of passes Spencer has thrown to him. They've not been the best. They've not been the most accurate. You got to catch those passes, dog. You have to catch the full. Help him out.
Do you want to talk about it? Because no one's talking about it.
I do.
I was thinking you see some tweets. Olave's obviously had some medical or some injuries and some concussions in the past couple of years. And like, I understand that. To me, personally, he's not a wide receiver 1 and never has been. I've never been that. He's not. And that's not a shot at him. I'm just saying, like, he doesn't make wide receiver 1 plays consistently on a Sunday basis. And like, at this point, like, okay, like, you're 0-4. Olave's not the guy. And like, I love Alvin Kamara too, and I love Cam Jordan, I love Demario Davis, I love these other guys, but like, I'm watching Jonas Sanker, and I'm watching Rashid Shaheed. I want to see what other guys can do. I'm watching Kendre Miller. Like, it's just time.
I want to talk about Kendre.
We can. It's just time. Pull the plug on this thing. You're 0-4. Get as many assets as you can possible for these guys, and I thank them. Especially Alvin Kamara, one of my favorite football players, one of my favorites to ever wear the black and gold. It's just time. Like, you're telling me a contender won't fucking pay for Alvin Kamara right now? You don't think these guys, like, there would be teams lining up for Alvin Kamara. You need it. Like, the time is now. Chris Olave, the time is now. Like, he's just not the guy. And so, like, back to Kendre Miller, Lito. Like,
wait, before we get to Kendre, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
So Chris Olave, I just wrote this down. Chris Olave leads the entire league in targets.
Okay.
He has 37 targets. He's 36th in receiving yards with 165 yards. He leads the league in targets.
Leads the league in targets, okay.
And he's 36th in receiving yards.
Whose fault is that?
I mean, well, it's a little bit of both because Rattler not pushing the ball down the field, but obviously, bro, you got to catch the football when it's thrown to you.
He had 2 drops, one on the left, one on the sideline, whatever, the 7 and out, and then he had that one where was it a perfect basketball? Was it a perfect football? No, but like, if you're a wide receiver, like, I watch Michael Thomas make insane catches throughout and look, I know it's Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, but Chris Olave was supposed to take this spot, and he hasn't. And now you got Kendre Miller, Lito, who, once again, he's finally healthy. He's showing, like, I thought what he did against Buffalo, man, like,
yeah,
it was impressive. And like, once again, it's not like I don't like Alvin Kamara, but like, you're 0-4. Like, what are you doing with him? Like, seriously, what? Like, just let Kendre Miller get all RB1 reps and see what you have there. There's just no more point of just having Alvin Kamara on this team. And and like, from a fan's perspective, he deserves to be on a championship contending team. He does, for the next how many more years left he has. He's been one of the best running backs in the league for years. Like, it's just time to move on. And that's my biggest problem with this.
We was talking about this on the show yesterday, talking strictly basketball related. We was talking about how the Saints Pelicans / Saints always fail to move on, or it's too late to move on. Now, listen, I love AK. AK is probably top 5 Saints player for me. Yeah, for sure. But the issue for me is when it was time to resign AK, you knew your team wasn't a contender. So you still went ahead and you paid him the money, obviously, because he's a fan favorite. But instead of just letting him have the ability to even walk in free agency, even if that option was on the table, like you were supposed to move before that. You're supposed to move him before that. A couple other players on the team too. I don't want to say no names, but you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Cam Jordan, but he's supposed to be gone, brother. He's supposed to be out of here. Like, I love DeMario Davis to death. Go help a contender. Go help a contending team. You see what a Joey Bosa is doing in Buffalo now. You see, like Cam, he probably not an every down player at this point in his career. He's been playing great football this year too. But this is not a team that is in win now mode. This is a rebuild. Right. And it's so crazy to me, like, they haven't come out and said that. But if you have eyes, if you can see, as a matter of fact, Stevie Wonder could see this. He could see. He could clearly see this.
I just don't know if you can come out and say that per se to like fans, because obviously with season tickets and like you still want fans to show up and everything like that. But to your point, this then tells me like you got to give guys the runway, rookies like Jonas Sanker, the Jonas Sankers of the world, the Kendre Miller. Like, you get like, look. Once again, I want to see Rattler for the next 6 games. If he can't get a win or 2 in these next 6, then move to Shuck for the last 6-7 games. Okay, but at the same time, I don't think it's right to pull the plug on Spencer Rattler right now, because as we said before we got on the show, like, he's not the problem.
He's not the problem. I don't know if he's the answer. If you're not pushing the football down the field, like if you're not. Got to give you. I will say this: Spencer Rattler is doing a hellified job with his legs, creating time for himself.
Yes,
because there's not a whole lot of blocking up front for him. Shout out to Caesar Ruiz, man.
And and that's been bad too.
One last thing. Kellen Moore played. He called a good game.
Kellen Moore showed me something.
He called a good game.
Talk about that for a second.
Yeah, man, he called a good game. Now the Philly special, listen, man, Olave threw the interception. Olave had more interceptions than touchdowns. That's crazy. Jesus Christ. I'm not necessarily mad at the play call, because, play call is the play call. Olave probably had, he could have, made a play for himself in that instance. A jump pass to Spencer Rattler, dog, like, that ain't never gonna. It's not like it was a clean. He didn't have a clean path to get him the football. But anyways, I'll say the run game, that Kellen Moore, the play calling, it was a good, clean game. I didn't get a chance to talk about Kendre Miller. He's the future. I feel very good about Kendre Miller. I saw some things from him that I had not seen before. You just got to stay healthy.
So I totally agree with you on that. One thing I want to say about Kellen Moore and what impressed me from a coaching perspective, right? So you get embarrassed in Seattle, like you get embarrassed, right? And there are 2 ways you can go. You can keep that path, or you can rally the troops and be competitive against one of the better teams in the NFL. And I thought this was a big test for Kellen Moore, because look, if you get embarrassed in Seattle, then you fly up to Buffalo and then get embarrassed again, that shows me that you've kind of like, you don't have it right now. Like the players are not responding to you. You have to change up something. I thought players responded to Kellen Moore. I thought they played their asses off in Buffalo, and I thought to his game plan, like I thought it was really good. And so that shows me that players are responding to the head coach, and that's what you need to see. Because look, the guys know they're not stupid. I know Cam Jordan tweets all this stuff out, like 24-hour rule and all this other bullshit, and like they know they're not good. And when you know you're not good, it's very easy to pack it in. And I thought it was very important that they showed up and they were competitive in week 4. So shouts Kellen Moore. They're like, this is the thing about this, Leo. Like in a rebuild, like the bar is low, but you got to find positives, and like where you see positives and like you want to see more of it. The Rattlers, the Sankers, the Millers, like those type of people. So moving on, LSU, I just knew. I told you last week.
What did you tell me?
This is typical Brian Kelly stuff, man. Like I just
that dude stinks, man. I told you
that. He is. There's just a lot of talking going on, right? And the big question mark is Garrett Nussmeier in the run game. And I followed LSU for 25 years. I've seen some of the greatest running backs, not only in college football, but NFL, go through that system. Yeah. And for the last like 3 or 4 years, like they can't run the football. And to tell me that Ole Miss sits in a 3-man front and you can't run the football. And here's the thing, Lito. When we first got Brian Kelly, I was talking to one of my best friends, like, what's Brian Kelly's strength? His strength is defensive and offensive line. So your offensive line is atrocious. You cannot establish the run game whatsoever. So when you have a quarterback that is hurt, clearly he's hurt. You have to lean on your run game, and now you don't have the run game. So now all this pressure is on Garrett Nussmeier, who's clearly battling through injury. And that's the problem right now. I personally think like Nussmeier, I didn't love his post game where he was like, I'm not talking about my health or anything like that. Like you're making a couple million. Like this is my problem with NIL stuff. Like if you're making millions of dollars, you got to answer questions. But at the same time, then you have Brian Kelly stating that Garrett Nussmeier is healthy and that he needs to play better. And so like, they have a bye week now, then they get South Carolina.
He really greened him.
He really did. And like, I want to say there might be some type of disconnect there or something's going on. Cause like, I got to talk about this too. I know I'm bouncing around here.
No.
They're down, 11. And Harlem Berry, the freshman from New Orleans, shout out St. Martin's.
Yeah.
Fucking gives you a spark. I mean, he's gashed him. He gets in the end zone, makes a great play. He had 2 or 3 tough runs in that series. And then your 2-point conversion. Look, this is like end of game in basketball. Like you got to have a go-to set, right? Like your 2-point conversion better be your best play in your playbook or something that like the defense hasn't seen or schemed or whatever. You take Harlem Berry out. I think Jawan Johnson gets put in, and then they run this like type of like trap draw play, and it was just awful. And Ole Miss blew it up. And like, yeah, Nussmeier has some blame, but I think Joe Sloan has been atrocious this year.
Talk about it. Yeah.
And like, so like, I don't know, Lito, like whose shoulders blame here? Is it Nussmeier? Is it Sloan? Is it Kelly? Is it all three? Like the defense is elite. I have no problem with the defense. Like we talk about like Ole Miss had 456, 500, whatever it was. Like, yeah, it's a Lane Kiffin offense. Like they're going to give up yards, but you held them 24 points. You need to win that game. And they didn't.
I'm going to read you some stats.
Okay.
LSU was averaging 104 yards per game across the first 5 games. 100
on what?
And 4.
In like
rushing. Sorry.
What is that in the nation? Do you know?
No.
And look,
yes, I do. 121.
121st, and guess what? And no disrespect to these teams. Southeastern, Louisiana Tech. You played Florida, I'll give you that. You played Clemson, I'll give you that. And then you played Ole Miss. Ole Miss has one of the worst defenses in the league. And they have never, like, that is Lane Kiffin's Achilles heel. It's always been his defense. And his defense shuts you down. That's a problem.
Did somebody tell Nussmeier that they were bad? That they were bad?
I mean, if you're just looking off the stats, like if you're just simply looking off stats, like that was that.
They're averaging 364 yards per game, which places them 90th.
And this is a team that spent a lot of money in the transfer portal. This is a team that has a 5th-year senior as a quarterback. This is a team where their head coach, their offensive line is supposed to be their strength, and it's not. And this is where I start to get really frustrated. It's like you're spewing bullshit at us.
What was the last thing you said? What's supposed to be a strength?
Offensive line. Our head coach is an offensive and defensive line coach.
Hold on one second, big fella. Hold on. That the LSU offensive line was a concern heading into the season, right? This unit has allowed significant pressure. Opponents are totaling 26 tackles for the first 5 games. With 26 tackles, it places LSU 91st in the nation. I'm just gonna say that Ness is averaging 259 yards a game, which puts LSU 46 in the country. I want to say this. You say he's injured. He looks, his throwing pocket looks.
That was a good. So I think it was Preston guy that tweeted that out. The differences between last year and this year is a great video on his on his Twitter.
Yeah, shout out to him. I'm not even but anyways, listen, man, he could be injured. I never saw it. He could not. He could if he's injured this year. I didn't see it last year. I don't see anything special about him. He is 23 years old. It is time to go home and be a family man.
so there, and look, I think there's a stat out there, like I gotta look at it, but like some of the SEC, like his record's not good against SEC teams and so on and so forth. And look, if he's injured or not, I understand that your decision making still shouldn't be impacted by that. Like he had a ball, I think in first half, second quarter, LSU's driving, and he throws in triple coverage with an interception. Like it's plays like that are killing him. And like he's missing reads and so on and so forth. And look, the biggest thing that I've learned in college football, Lito, is Garrett Nussmeier is I'm not saying he's a pro. I'm just saying he's a pro type quarterback. He's a pocket passer. Doesn't need to lose the like. I talked about this ad nauseum on Saturday. You don't need Jaden Daniels' speed at quarterback. You need Joe Burrow's speed. You gotta be elusive. You gotta have average foot speed, but you gotta understand like angles and how to, you gotta have a juke and all that other stuff. Like Joe Burrow, yeah, he was an incredible passer, but go look at Alabama. Go look at the Clemson game. Go look at the Florida game when he played in 2019. He got major first downs with his legs because you had to guard Jamar, and you had to guard Justin, you had to guard Thaddeus, you had to know where Clyde was, right? And you had to guard Terrace Marshalls. Nussmeier has the speed on offense, but he don't have foot speed whatsoever. There was a play there in the second or third quarter. I think the pocket breaks down. I mean, this dude's got 20 yards of green grass in front of him, and he gets chased down for an actual sack. Mm-hmm. And it's like he don't have the foot speed, especially in the SEC. Go look at all the quarterbacks in the SEC. Literally, go look at all of them. Like besides, I think Ty Simpson, like all of them can like run for first downs. Garrett Nussmeier can't do it. And so, like, if you're injured, Lito, he's clearly struggling. You can't depend on your run game. So, like, what other options do you have?
I need a stat of LSU's running attempts per game. I need to find that stat. Because
it can't be more than 17.
That's my thing. Like you say, you can't depend on it, and yeah, you can't depend on it if you go away from it. Like if you don't give the running backs enough opportunities to make a go ahead.
And no, I don't mean to cut you off, but like that goes back to Harlem Berry. It's like, dude, you got a 5-star recruit. You're straight. Caden's hurt. Like Juwan's been okay. Like, give this motherfucker a chance to play. I mean, geez, like I don't know what else he needs to do to just give him the ball and play. And like he's clearly like box office and like can make like some serious moves and he's got his power. Like, just let him play. But the fact is that like it's insane to me that Sloan can't like that doesn't have a feel for the game.
Hey, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and let me ask chat. Let's open a question up to the chat too. So Garrett played 13 games last year, right? He completed 337 passes. He had 525 attempts. That's 64%. He threw for 4,000 yards, right? Jeez. This year, he's played 5 games. He's 115 for 171 attempts. He's throwing at 67%, and he already has 1,100 yards.
I hate that stat. I hate the 67% stat because everything is like 2 yards and less. I mean, he's just dump off, screaming, dump off.
That's my point. Even if injured, it's the same. He's probably still going to get the 4,000 yards. He threw 29 touchdowns last year, 12 interceptions. He's 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions right now.
This guy, like, he was mocked to be top 10. He's mocked to like be a Heisman favorite. Like,
I never saw it.
He's just really struggling, and there's got to be something going on. And I think there's a weird, like, I don't know, the vibe with Kelly and Nussmeier. It's just weird. Like, one thing I hate about football, or what drives me crazy about coaches in football is not understanding the values of timeouts. As good as Sean Payton was, with the Saints. He never understood. Like he just would waste timeouts. Like it didn't matter. LSU got completely screwed there in the second half. No, not by the refs, not by all, by themselves. They wasted timeout on a special teams field goal attempt. Okay, that's one timeout gone. Then on 4th and inches, this is my favorite one. 4th and inches, they're not ready to either call QB sneak or have a play called. So they have to. So Nussmeier burns another timeout. That's your second timeout with 5 minutes left. So now you got one timeout, the 2-minute warning. Then they follow that up, Lito. They take the timeout, they huddle up. This is the play call. False start. So like to me, there's a problem here. There's miscommunication between quarterback and coach. Like you're in a 6-7 minute drill. Like you got to be on the same page going. And like this is consistent with Brian Kelly, man. Just consistently not prepared. And it's driving me insane. And his post-game presser or whatever he did Monday on the teleconference, it's like, yeah, I didn't love our game plan. Well, it's your fault. Like you're the head coach. You got to have that is your main job is to put these guys in positions to succeed. And you're telling me you're not doing that. So that means you're failing at your job. So the criticism shout out to the guy, whoever asked him 3 weeks ago, like, what's wrong with your run game? And he threw a shit fit. Yes. No, you look like an asshole.
Yes.
And so like you have to answer those questions. Look, should have been the first question? Probably not. Should you have reacted like that? No. And it was a value. It was a question.
Nah.
Here's the funny part. Okay. He goes, did you see the all you need is one run play? Did you see the last play where whatever it took 60 yards? It was a power I formation with a fullback. So you're telling me that play was successful against Florida, one of the best defenses in the nation. Have you seen it since? Did you see it against Ole Miss?
Yeah. No. So listen, I don't have a problem with that being the first question, because you know why? We need to get back to shame. As a nation, we got to get back to shame. Bro, running a football is like, I remember, son, when I was in high school, it didn't matter who, unless your quarterback was like Scholar. What's the dude name who went to, God damn it, bro. Yeah.
Who?
Skyler. What's his last name?
What year?
I can't remember.
Like Skyler, not like Skyler Green. That's the only wide receiver I remember. Wait, is it quarterback?
Yeah, he played wide receiver at LSU, but he was a quarterback in high school. Yeah,
way back in the day. Way back in the day. Is this
like,
Skyler Green way back in the day or no?
Yeah.
Like Skyler Green was the only Skyler I knew.
Yeah, him. Anyways, I think he went to Higgins, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, what I'm saying is, bro, run the football is an act of attrition. You run the football because it literally wears the other team down. If you're not giving, okay, so your offensive line stinks, right? They're not doing the best. Do you know how you get the other D-line tired? You get the D-line tired by running the football, bro. And that comes home to roost in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, the team is tired. Like you saw with the Saints, right? Kendra was running through the line. He was being physical. And that's literally like how the game is supposed to go. Brian Kelly stinks.
Russell Shepard. That's I think you're thinking of.
Russell was it
Russell Shepard? Okay, so
I don't know.
Shout out Scott Green, Russell Shepard.
Shout out Scott Green, man. Yeah, but Brian Kelly stinks. And the fact of the matter is, Nuss is a 5th-year quarterback. He's a 5th-year quarterback.
It shouldn't look like this.
It shouldn't look like this, but at the same time, I think this is who he is. I feel like there's no, like, if he goes to the NFL, right, are you expecting perfect example, Spencer Rattler.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the better college quarterback, Spencer Rattler or Garrett Nussmeier?
I'd have to look at stats, but like I bet you it's pretty close.
He was a 5th round draft pick. What round do you think Nuss gets drafted in? You know what I'm saying?
But once again, like the NFL and college game are two completely different games. So like it is interesting. Like I don't know. Like I just You know what I hate, Lito? We gotta get to the Pelicans real quick, and then we'll get out of here. You know what I hate about it? Like, if he's injured, just say he's fucking injured. Like, you're not hiding anything. The motherfuckers are still gonna run a 3-man front on you. Like, you're not losing it. Like, his torso's hurt 2 weeks ago. Now he's not hurt, but he looks hurt. Like, it's a mess right now. So hopefully,
I think last point about this. I think he could do a better job. You talked about Burrow using his legs and Jaden using his legs. I think that he could do a better job with his anticipating defensive pressure, because he at some point he just starts to throw off his back foot. He's not stepping into up.
Bro. I just was too young to admire the greatness of Drew Brees, but if there was one guy,
it's my GOAT.
I would say, like, his pocket presence and his footwork and the way he would maneuver and being at 1 or 2 is like one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my entire life. We gotta get to the Pelicans here real quick. Got about 5 more minutes left. If you haven't seen our show last night about Brandon Ingram, oh man, I changed up the whole thing here. But I got to play for the people that don't follow Propel's talk. But Brandon Ingram had this to say last night about
the impressive thing for me is seeing every seat in the arena.
Ah, shit. Let me play it again. I messed it up. I'm sorry. I got to change the room and then get this video here. Sorry for everyone watching. Here we go.
Impressive thing for me is seeing every seat in the arena filled up. Every single game, no matter winning or losing, just seeing everybody there. That's definitely different from New Orleans, having every seat filled and everybody showing love, whether we're down.
I just wanted to play it. We don't have to talk about it. But go ahead.
I mean,
I don't know. Mondog, you missed the show last night. We were about Brandon. Go make sure you check out that.
Wow, they got my dog in the cellar, bro. They got him in a 1-room shack. Like, it's like the window all the way up here in the corner. Like, they just giving him water. They ain't even feeding him in Toronto. I don't know what's happening. Look, I said this last night. I don't care. I equated it to a woman who you used to. I'm not calling BI a woman, but a woman you used to date. You know, telling you her new guy dresses better than you, and you know, you go look in your closet and you like, but you stole all my hoodies. You have all my shorts. Like every little article of clothing that I had, you're still using as, you know, your own. So I mean, whatever, man.
Yeah, I'm over it. I just wanted people to see that. Pelicans in Australia. So we will actually be live at 6:30 in the morning on Friday, recapping their first preseason game. So make sure you put that on the schedule. So they play at 4:30 New Orleans time. So that's 5:30 East Coast. That's 2:30 West Coast.
Who they playing?
The Australian team, I think it is. But we'll be live recapping the game at 6:30 in the morning. So you can wake up with us, have some breakfast, cup of coffee.
Hey, you know why I don't like that game?
Why?
Because I saw a clip of the Australian team and they were talking about taking charges on Zion, and they was talking like they was a fan.
It was a little weird.
I ain't like
people like, I'm gonna get out the way. What? What do you
mean?
What do you mean you're gonna get out of the way?
Hey, hold on 1 second. Wait,
yes.
I gotta say this because I wanted to say this last night.
Yeah.
The Brandon Ingram comments don't bother me. You know what bothered me?
Oh, you're back on Brandon. Yeah.
The Dyson Daniels comments.
And then he aired out the entire bench and no one did anything. That guy stinks. Fuck that guy too. What do you expect in Australia? Anything? Who you most excited to see? We'll go with that. Who are you most excited to see?
Jeremiah Fears, Jordan Poole.
No, one player.
Oh, I want to see Jeremiah Fears play.
Me too. I want to see Fears. I want to see Poole. I'm excited to see Poole. Obviously, you had that clip yesterday of I didn't think it would go this like crazy, but I saw the NBA tweeted it, so I quote tweet or whatever, pinned down and tweeted. I said Zion and Poole are going to be a problem in a good way. I was like, these two are going to be a problem. There were a lot of kind of crazy comments. And a lot of people are saying, like, you think Poole's going to pass the ball and so on and so forth. I don't think Poole's going to have an option because here's the thing. If we're being realistic, Jordan Poole's a 2B option, and that's a good thing for the Pelicans. It's going to go Zion, Trey, and then Poole. and Poole's going to get to play off Zion and Trey. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of animosity towards each other. I really think that Zion, Trey, and Poole complement each other very well. And then you keep forgetting about Herb Jones. You know what I am also interested in, Lito, as I was filling out the starting five? Who's going to start at center? Is it going to be Looney or is it going to be Misi?
It's not even a question. You follow the money. You follow the money.
You think it's Loon?
It's definitely Loon. Loon is a better defender. He's a better rebounder.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Better passer. He's a better basketball player right now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And it's not a shot at Misi. It's just, y'all got to remember, guys, Misi's been playing for 5 years, been playing basketball for 5 years. So once again, we'll be live. So we're starting doing this Tuesday morning show where we talk Saints, LSU, Pelicans. So it'll be every Tuesday morning at 8:15. So appreciate everyone that was in the chat. And then once again, we'll be live tomorrow night talking Pelicans. Jaden's got film reviews down. We got Roscoe with the Saints. You got the Chris Lito show. We got a lot of shit going on the network. Make sure you hit the bell for notification. Let you know we're going live. And then we'll have Pelicans recap Friday. You have one more thing.
One more thing. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole averaged 4.5 assists, 5 assists last. Let's say 5, right?
Yeah.
Name me a player on the Wizards team he passed the ball to.
Sar? I don't like. I have no clue. I really like. If you put a gun to my head and said name 3 Wizards players, I'd be dead. I'd be dead. And another thing, I got to back up my guy 5. Guy said 8 to 10 assists, and people were flaming him yesterday, saying this is fucking ridiculous, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. If Zion plays 70 games with a fully healthy roster and he has 8 assists tonight, it's very doable. I'm not saying he's this guy, but if you lean into Zion and you give him just as many touches as Jokic in advantage situations, he's going to tear up defenses. It's very simple. It's very simple. So
no,
I don't think he was crazy. I don't think he was.
It's only 3 more assists. He averaged 5 last year. It's only 3 more.
He's already having triple doubles. Like I don't think people understand that. Oh, you only had 5 assists. Yeah, because if fucking Brandon Ingram taking up the whole shot, I'm not done. You know what? That's it, Lito. I'm done talking about that guy. That's gonna be my last thing. Appreciate it. Pulled up. Smash the like button. We'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Yeah.